Hey guys, and welcome back to Cardiff City. We're now into April, very close to the end of the season. Only 6 games left for this season. 135 points right now. We're currently 13 points away from the relegation zone. We've got a game in hand as well. I really do think there's no way we can get relegated. We're falling behind the other teams though, sadly. The last month was not very good. But you know what? I don't think we can really complain about the season. Some good work here. Not being anywhere near the relegation zone, I think makes us feel pretty good about ourselves. We just need to build upon that for next season. Hopefully next season we can try and get around mid-table or be competitive for mid-table or top 10. That's what I'd really like to do. But hopefully we get a lot of money during our next transfer window. The last month, as you can see, we did not win a single game. We had the Crystal Palace and Chelsea games. After that, we played against Newcastle. We lost 2-1 to Newcastle. Didn't really play badly. They just got a couple of good goals there. Berardi scoring 2 goals, obviously. Berardi's obviously a very good player, so I wasn't that surprised. They bought him for 15 million. That seems like a pretty good buy to me. You know what? That seems like a pretty good purchase, actually. He's now valued at 27 million. And actually, Newcastle's starting to make a comeback. They were kind of being in danger of getting relegated. They're looking pretty good now. After that, we played against Watford. They scored a penalty in the second minute. We seem to give away a lot of penalties, especially this season. I feel like, set pieces, penalties, those have been what have been letting in a lot of our goals. But Bobby Reed got an equaliser just after we came back on at halftime. Good old Bobby Reed. Good goal as well. Really good player there. But we just couldn't find a winning goal, even though I would say we were slightly the better team. Today, then, we have West Ham, who are currently in 14th position. And then we have Burnley, who are in 7th. They're having a really good season this year. Burnley having a really good job. We have a quick look at West Ham right now. Pellegrini is still the manager. Their best player is Yarmolenko, who obviously, I really like Yarmolenko. He's a good player. We can see that that's what they've been using recently. Got Ben Davis on the left here. Another Swansea player. I think he's on loan. Yeah, he's on loan, obviously. They didn't have enough they didn't buy him, obviously. I'd have been surprised if they bought him. But most of the rest of the team is what we would kind of expect. So I don't think there's going to be any surprises here. Hopefully we can just move on, get to the end of the season, and build upon what we've got here. Now, for the match, they think West Ham have got the best chance here. We got a few people out for this match, actually, right now. Dos Santos got injured again. He came back from his injury like a few days ago, and he got injured in training the next day, so he's back out for another 2 weeks. Patterson is suspended, and so is Sean Morrison, so we cannot use both of them. Manga obviously is leaving, so I'm trying not to use him. Josh Murphy got injured last match, but he's coming back. So this means that Mendes is actually coming back into the first team. He's playing on the wing right now because I wasn't able to replace Hollett, Junior, when we sold him in January. So he's had to come in for that. Ndidi is in the middle at the moment with Rals. And the rest is what you expect apart from Cahill playing at the back. So hopefully Cahill can show us what he does. He's probably going to leave at the end of the season. He's probably just going to go. Oh, no, wait, no, he's got 1 more year. His expiry date is 21, actually. Why did I think it was 20? Huh. For some reason, I thought it was 20. But yeah, okay, he's fine then. We'll see what he can do. He's not happy, though. He wants more first-team football. He's getting that, but we'll see how he does. Maybe he can, maybe he'll prove himself. Maybe not. Maybe be upset. He'll leave maybe in the transfer window. I'm not really sure yet. We'll see. I think he's okay as a backup. I don't mind having him on the team as a backup, but definitely Mayfam is kind of what we want to build our defense around, and Didi is what we want to build our midfield around, and our attack, I would not talk about that. But here we go, this is what we're up against today. They changed their formation slightly. Noble's on the team. I do like Noble. I've always thought Noble, and it was Nolan, wasn't it? You had Noble and Noland in the West Ham midfield before, quite a while ago now. I used to like that midfield. Nolan and Noble, I thought, were both pretty good midfielders, actually. But obviously, times have changed. Nolan's obviously very old now. He's no longer the West Ham team. Noble now is getting on a bit. So, he's no longer that young player he used to be. But I always liked them. I always thought they played well for West Ham. They weren't the most amazing players in the world. But you always knew that they would try they always try the hardest, it seems. Okay, if we win, then we can avoid relegation. They're not happy about that. Okay. Fine then, players. I thought maybe that could give them a bit of motivation. Apparently not. And again, we're playing outside Cardiff and it's raining. What is up with this game? Always got this. Apparently Enrich was shoved, so we are getting a free kick in a dangerous position here. Can Rouse make anything of it? Pretty good curl. Pretty good curl, but the goalkeeper got down to it. Oh, that's a... Just blow it over. Just go... Just, you know... I still don't know why it all... I mean, okay, that one was, I guess, you know, closer. But I've never seen any of those opportunities ever be a goal, so I don't know, you know, why it's showing us. Bobby Reid, great ball in to Sergi Enrich. Really good play there. See, this is why I liked Bobby Reid playing behind. He's really good at passing. Actually, his passing, I think, is the best in our team, actually, percentage-wise. I think it is. The passing accuracy is actually the best. Mendes passed the Bobby Reid. Good ball into the centre. He managed to just kind of get it off the defender. The defender was not able to get it. I'm not sure who that was. Who was that? Rice? I think that was probably Rice. Managed to just get it before Rice could get it. Good job, Sergi. But yeah, I do like Bobby Reid and Sergi, actually, in a way. They're not the best. We do definitely need someone who's better than them. We need, like, a really stand-out attacking player to really just make that big difference. But for the Premier League, they're okay for a team like ours, who are really just hoping to survive. And Didi gets it to Bobby Reid. Bobby Reid gets it to Mendes. Mendes loses the ball. Okay, Mendes, this is why you've not been playing at all. You've been used as the backup, really. But yeah, Mayfam with a good little tackle there. Went down a bit too much, maybe. Bobby Reid, he has a chance there. Could he get it? And he runs right. Yes! Good job, Bobby Reid. I did not know what was going on with the defender. Looked like the defender got him, but he managed to just get the ball past him. That was a really good run there by Bobby Reid. Look at that. I thought the defender was going to get it. Because, look, he goes down, but he hits... Does he hit Bobby's leg? Like, he goes down, but it looks like he hits Bobby's leg, but he doesn't trip Bobby at all. Bobby didn't care. Bobby just kept running, you know? Snapped the back of his legs, but he just kept going. Just ran around the goalkeeper and scored. Really good job there by Bobby, see? Bobby, he's pretty... I've really grown to like Bobby Reid, you know? I said when we first started the Cardiff save, you know, last season, the very first part, I said I wasn't sure about Bobby Reid if he could do it in the Premier League. I wanted him to prove himself. That's 10 goals this season, I think, at least. So he's definitely got his 10 goals of the season, so that's nice. But I wasn't sure if he could handle it in the Premier League, because I've seen him in the Championship. He was decent in the Championship. Rouse now have a corner. Hits it over, though. And I think, you know, for me, at least in FM19, not in real life, obviously. In real life, I've not really seen much of Bobby Reid actually in real life, but in the Premier League this season. But in the game, FM19, I've been quietly impressed by him. You know, not as, like, he's an amazing Premier League player, but as, like, you know, for a lower league team to have him in your team and he's what you got to rely upon, not bad, actually. Not bad. He really does try. He's got a lot of parts of him that seem to be pretty good. Very happy with him. Not going to be a star player, but you don't have to necessarily replace him as soon as possible, which was good for us, because we need to replace other parts of the team first. That's the thing, when you play as a team like Cardiff, you kind of want to replace the entire team, but you don't really have the money to do that. So you kind of want to replace it slowly, but you need other parts that you can rely upon, maybe just aren't as good, like Bobby Reid. I like him. Okay, Cunningham heads out, but Lucas gets the ball. Chikorita, St. Maximin heads it. Oh, great save there by Etheridge. I thought that was destined for goal. It was not, though. Okay, thanks, game. Thank you. Thank you. We needed to see that. At the moment, it's actually pretty even stat-wise. I don't really see anything that really puts us ahead of them. We've just been a bit more clinical. Our attacks have been slightly better. But here comes West Ham again. It could be another highlight for them. Gets it down to Noble. Saint again. Lucas fires off, but just slightly away from the goal there. We're safe. We're safe. They're staying the same. They made some changes, of course, but it doesn't seem to have made the difference. They've gained more highlights. They've made all 3 changes already. And Didi's looking a bit tired, so we'll bring on Gunnarsson for him. And Didi, yep, just keep it as it is. I don't think we need to really change much else. I'm pretty happy with how things are going. It's been a pretty simple match. This is the Cardiff City team I like to see. This is the Cardiff City team that we need. We also need to expand our stadium, but because of I guess the debt, the club doesn't really want to invest in the stadium, which seems silly because if we invest in the stadium, we know we're going to make more money because we seem to pack the stadium up all the time. So it would make sense to expand the stadium, but that's just me. If I was them, I would expand the stadium. Okay, let's make a couple of changes. So let's bring on Darcy McDonald. I like to see him getting a chance here. Bobby Reed's had a good game. I think we'll take him off because he's looking a bit tired there. We'll swap him with Sergi. Put you to target man. And one more change. Chris has got a yellow card, so I'd like to take him off. Luke Aylingler's looking tired, but let's make sure that they're both pretty tired actually anyway, and we want to make sure he doesn't get a red card because we've already got, you know, like Sean Morrison out suspended, so we don't also want Chris out as well. And Chris is my main defender, so I don't want him out injured at all. Apparently West Ham fired up by the feedback, but hopefully that's not enough. Hopefully it's not enough. Nothing's really changed here. Looking pretty good. Good defensive, you know. We didn't really get them to have many good chances, really, and they didn't score, of course, so great job overall, and that should be the whistle blown. No, apparently we're still going to be continuing on. Cabot, though, hits it back to Rouse. Rouse fires it off to Mendes. Mendes heads it off there. We got Garcia getting the ball. Fires it up to Rouse. Gunnarsson. Someone get him. I want to see McDonald with the ball. I want to see McDonald with the ball, but that, I think, might mean we are safe from relegation. It might. I'm assuming we are now. Let's have a quick look. Maybe we've avoided relegation now. Cardiff City avoid relegation. We have quite a few games. 5 games, actually. We've got 5 games in hand. We're definitely not relegated. We have a chance to catch up with some of the other teams, but I don't think we will. We probably won't fall down to Newcastle. There's an 8-point difference here. You know what? I might give McDonald a chance then in the team. I think that we're probably just going to come 15th now. I don't think we're going to fall behind, but I don't think we're going to catch up either. So maybe we should just give McDonald a chance. And Fulham, Aston Villa, and Crystal Palace all looking like in big danger here. 4 points, the safety for Fulham to Swansea. Not looking good at all. We might have to look at the teams there and see if there's any players we'd like to steal. We've already looked at Crystal Palace, but Aston Villa and Fulham could be the next ones. But I'll see you guys for the second match of today. Burnley versus Cardiff, which is now here. Burnley versus Cardiff. Burnley are currently 7th at the moment in the Premier League. Looking pretty good right now. 1 point away, though, of Southampton and Wolves. They're both actually keeping quite a close eye behind them. If Burnley beat us, though, they will actually be drawn with Tottenham on points with the same games played, which is pretty great for them. You know what? Really good. Always that, just saying that Tottenham had a really bad season. Probably Tottenham's had not a very good season, actually. You can see Arsenal are just above them, but they got 3 games in hand, and then Man City are like 7 points ahead with a game in hand. Yeah, maybe just not the best season. Man United, looks like Liverpool, they have 2 games in hand. They have a good chance that they go past Man United. Looks like it's going to be Man United or Liverpool who are going to win this season. But let's look at what will happen today. Probably going to be a tough one. I would suspect Burnley will probably win this. We should probably have a quick look at Burnley. They expect they're going to win. We don't want to look at the team, we want to look at this. As we can see here, Sean Dyche is the current manager still, doing a very good job as usual. They got Berg Stahler, who is their key player. Very good striker there. He seems to be quite good at quite a few things, but not amazing at quite a lot. No, he's not that great. A lot of technical. He's got really good mentals, but not the best technical. How's he been doing? They bought him for 6.5 million. For 6.5 million, and he is their key player. That's pretty amazing. He used to play at Cardiff, actually, when they were in the Championship, but he played 3 games, and then left on a free. Wow. I don't remember seeing that, actually, but yeah, that's not very good at all, is it? He did pretty good in the German second league, you know, 14 goals and 16 appearances, then got bought by Schalke, and he was okay. He didn't have the best of times. I mean, the ratings are okay. He's got 7 goals and 9 appearances, though, for Burnley. Interesting choice for their main one. Other than that, you know, Digne there. They got Digne, Lucas Digne. When did you guys get him? I guess you bought him from Everton when they got relegated. Yeah, 11.5 million. Not too bad, not too bad. I think that's a good price. Darmian over here as well. Okay, some interesting buys there, but I think we can handle them. We can handle anyone. So we're going to go with this formation. We made a few changes, though, because we are now safe. We're not getting relegated, so I thought we'll give our little kid, 17-year-old Darcy McDonald a chance. He's got good stats in lots of places, but he's starting to deteriorate, I feel like, because I guess he's just not getting the game time. So I really want to give him some game time, so hopefully he can just keep getting better. He's 17, he's still young. Still got lots of time, but I'd like him to get as good as quickly as possible. Bobby Reed's going to be behind him. Enrich has gone onto the bench there. Enrich is good, but I just want to give McDonald a chance right now. Murphy's back. Cabot on the other side. Ndidi Patterson is back as well. He's going to play in midfield. And at the back here, we're still using Cahill. And Richards has come in because Ayling is just slightly tired, so Richards has come in for him. So quite a few changes here overall from what we'd normally play. Morrison is almost back from his injury and stuff, but just keep him on the bench for this match because he needs a bit more fitness maybe. It doesn't seem like he's completely ready yet. Dos Santos is almost back as well, so almost got the full team back at the moment. But let's just jump into it and see if we can get a result here. If we don't, not a big deal. We've got mainly what we want this season. Most of these games are going to be a dead rubber unless we can catch up with the other teams. They're going for 4-4-2, Wells and Slimani. You know what? Wells in FM, for me, was always a pretty good player, in the Championship. But at the moment, obviously, he is in the Premier League. You can see that, look at that. 20 goals for QPR out of 4. I mean, that's a lot of games, obviously, 40 games, but I normally find in FM he does very well. Yeah. When he was in the Championship, he was always a good player. But in the Premier League, I mean, maybe you could say he's not really been given that much of a chance. 9 games in real life, no goals. He got 5 this season out of 14. I don't know, but in the Championship, whenever I was in the Championship, if I could get him, he'd be a player I'd be looking at if I was in the Championship. He'd normally get you some goals in previous FMs. But you got that key player there, Bergstaller. Goodmanson, a great little player there. Really like him as well. Okay, got Bath and me at the back there. Okay. Interesting team. Let's see if our young McDonald can prove himself. Pick up where you left off last time. I think that's a good way to start. And just jump into the match. We're away from home, so I'm, like I said, not really expecting too much. I do like our kit, though. I love that. I like that colour slightly. Patterson passes back. This is probably going to be a non-highlight, to be honest. There you go. Non-highlight over. Would be nice to get a good win like against West Ham. That West Ham win was a pretty good one, actually. I was very happy about that. But just more happy that we're definitely not going down. But I've been saying that for a while, that I didn't think we'd go down. Those other teams have been really bad, though. They're on like 22 points in the relegation zone at this point. You want to be getting close to 30 by this point if you're trying to battle for relegation. Cabot, though, over corner. Gets it out. The McDonald picks it up. Cabot, though, gets it back. Cunningham gets it to Ndidi. Patterson. Patterson gets tackled, though, by Digney. Digney with a very good tackle there. Wells hits it over to Slimani. Who was that? Maytham. Was that you, Maytham? Did you let the ball... Did you just watch the ball go over your head? Great. Great, great, great. So when we get a set piece, the other team still scores. So we just don't do well with set pieces. Either from their team or when we have a set piece. That's normally how goals go in against us. Slimani was 16th goal. I think he's only on loan, isn't he? I think he's actually just on loan. No, they paid 15 million for him. Oh, wait. Okay, let me see. Okay, so they bought him in January, and he scored 2. That's only his second goal for them, but he scored 12 in the Championship. 12 and 22. I mean, that's good for the Championship, but, you'd expect him to be doing that anyway, at least. So, okay, 15 million. 15 million for what people expect of him is probably okay. I mean, I wouldn't trust him from what I've seen in real life. Wells. Wow. Okay, well, there you go. And what I mean by that is that Slimani, when he went to Leicester, I think a lot of people expected quite a bit from him, but he never really reached the expected heights, I guess, from what people expected of him. When he came in, a lot of people were going, ooh, he could be pretty good. He could be a good buy by Leicester. And it felt like he didn't really reach those heights, That's just my opinion. Goodmanson. Okay, that was a bit of a mess there. And Bath looks like he did a foul there, but no card for him. Great, and we've only had 2 shots. It's not looking good at all. As Goodmanson now have a free kick, and I was slightly worried one of his players was going to pick it up and score again. Don't need to show us that. But yeah, this match is not going well. On a free kick, a corner now for them, And we managed to get it out. Cabot picks it up. A foul on Cabot. Apparently no yellow card for them again. No yellow cards at all for Burnley, apparently. And we're not getting anything out of this. Okay, Wells fires it over. Okay, we got it out, but Hendricks picks up the ball. Wells hits the ball down, but Cabot gets it, and nothing really comes from that. Digny now has the ball. Is that how you pronounce his name? Digny? Digna? Digny. It just doesn't really... He's French, isn't he? It doesn't really sound French to me. Huh. Oh well. I don't know. Ndidi, though, you know, what am I meant? It's a multicultural world. Maybe his name isn't French, actually. I don't know. It could be from anywhere, to be honest. Just because he is French doesn't mean his name is French. But yeah. Okay. Hendricks, though, fires it down. Bugstala picks up the ball. Can he get one in? And he gets a good ball in. Goodmanson heads it 3-0 to Burnley. Guys, what happened to the team that beat West Ham 2-0? You played really well. And then this game, I mean, obviously there was a difference here. You know, West Ham were 14th in the table. It's obviously not been their best season. And Burnley are flying high in 7th. So maybe it is just that Burnley is a better team in this game. At least in my game, your second season, than the West Ham team. That's probably it. Very disappointing, though. Hopefully we'll see them make something of it. Obviously not... I mean, I'm not going to blame McDonald for coming on for this match and this happening. I don't think he's been really getting much opportunity here. Obviously, the midfield are not making much for him to do with it. He's motivated. 6.1, though. But then again, the other players behind him are also getting 6.1s and 2s. I think I'm going to blame the attacking midfield here. Goodmanson, though, fires it in. And, ooh, just gets it over there. I would not want to lose much more than this. 3-0, I can kind of be like, okay, fine, let's just move on. But 4-0 would be pretty bad. Goodmanson come on for Ndidi. I don't think he's really done much. Mayfair's looking a bit tired as well. We need to change the attack. Morrison's going to come on for him. We'll change his stuff, though. We'll just keep him like that. And we'll change one of the attack here. Who do I want to change? Bobby Reed is furious. I mean, Cabot has a yellow card, so I feel like I've got to take him off there. Though I mean, it's not... Our attacking at the moment, we don't have much choice right now. Dos Santos is still injured, so I can't really make many changes there at the moment. Bergstaller, though, has gone into the attack there. Brady has come on. Got Portu there as well, being brought on. But Ashley Barnes has been brought on as well on the attack there. Cunningham with a free kick. Curls in, but goalkeeper hits it over. That was Heaton, of course. Little Heaton. Looking slightly better, but not much better there. And not a goal there. Okay, second half we have played better, I guess. But... not really much to say from that. We're definitely gonna lose the match, but you know what? Fine. We had a good game against West Ham, a bad game against Burnley. I can live with that. To me, that seems like a fair trade-off. It's the, you know, if you said we had both these games in a row, I'd probably say, okay, a good result would be winning against one of those two teams. That would be a good result to me for our team. Passing the Cunningham, Patterson. Ooh, not a good pass at all there by Patterson. Come on, Patterson. I expect better from you. You've been a very good player for us the last 2 seasons. Okay, we managed to get it back there. Gunnarsson. But Gunnarsson fires it maybe a bit too far. Burnley have got the ball back. Brady now. Can he get a good ball in? Brady fires it over Barnes. It's a bloody penalty. Another penalty? How many penalties do we give away? I can't remember how many penalties we give. I might just check how many penalties we've given away this season. I feel like we've given a penalty away at least every 3 games. Maybe... nah, it can't be more than that. There's no way it'd be more than that, but at least every 3 games it feels like we're giving away a penalty. I feel like I've said it a few times whenever we go over what happened in the last month, you know, 1 or 2 games has been a penalty or something. I don't know. I mean, I have said before, obviously, if you're playing defensive, you expect to maybe give away more penalties than normal because the other team's coming on to you a lot more. They're going to have a chance to get those penalties. But yeah, this is why I think at the World Cup, a lot of people are saying, like, oh yeah, England got a lot of, you know, set pieces and penalties at the World Cup. But that's because a lot of the small teams we were playing extremely defensive, and so we were constantly attacking. There's a good chance you're going to get a penalty in that situation. But yeah. But still, in a lot of these games, though, like this one, we're not actually playing defensively. But a very poor result. There was still 15th for the moment. Newcastle got 8 points to catch up to us. We're not going to catch up with them. Okay, that's fine. I made my choice. We're definitely going to use McDonald, I think. McDonald is finding it tough. But that's because he's young. I'm still going to play him. I want him to get his goal. I want him to get his first Cardiff goal. It'd be very good for him. He's come on a few times. That's probably the first game he's actually started. So that's a big result for him. That's a big thing for him. But yeah, see you next time, guys. Next time will be the end of the season. I've got to play Huddersfield and Swansea, and we'll be back for the end of the season against Southampton and Fulham. Can we relegate Fulham? Last season, yeah, they didn't get relegated. Could that last game be their one surviving chance and we destroy them? I'd like that. But see you then.